Today I want to discuss something that's been on my mind for this past week, and that is pillars of income. As a freelancer, you're supposed to be working around the clock to be able to do what you call your passion. But I've started to really think about where am I today, in the sense that I can focus on the right things and being creative and not worry. What does those pillars look like? So I think it comes down to narrowing down what is the long-term solution for this, so that I don't worry as much as I'm doing continuously, and can manage my time in a better way to focus on creating and delivering good quality things, instead of worrying about what's the next client, next project to try to gain. So for me and my company, If Media, there's basically 3 pillars today. And it is my own clients, about 20-30% of all the things that I do on a daily and monthly basis or something like that. And then we have B2B connections. So helping other production companies out, having long-term collaborations. Like, for example, Story by Donahow, which is a company that I work with. I would say 60% of my time. We are doing these 100 documentaries, which is a very, very long-term goal. Into those 50-60%, I would also count other production companies that on a maybe monthly basis reaches out to me once to help them cover something that they won't be able to do. And the third pillar, that stands for 5 or 10%. So I do rent out my equipment. What's funny is that that platform has also become a huge networking kind of thing. Brands, individuals come to rent things, and then we talk about what they're doing and what we are doing here. And it sort of builds connections with people that I otherwise wouldn't, which is a weird thing that I didn't count for when I started renting out my stuff. What I'm currently trying to figure out is, where in these ones am I in control, and how much control do I want to have, and where is it important to be flexible up to new perspectives and things. So my own client work, I've built a small base. The client reaches out to me for productions. It's not a separate production company that then reaches out to film that thing. The client and me is in direct conversation. And that's what I see as some sort of controlling the thing. But then my other pillar, Story by Donahow, that collaboration has taught me so immensely much since we started collaborating. What was it, 3 years ago? We have done 8 documentaries since we started, and a lot of client work as well. So this collaboration has been in ever since I started being a freelancer, and it has been a huge value. But at the same time, I'm not in control of the clients that we bring in as much, and the economics fluctuate quite a bit from month to month. Some months there are big projects and some there are nothing. That's a problem, but at the same time, the value of that collaboration is in learning extremely much, doing some awesome creative work that I probably will talk about more on this channel as well, so I'm not giving that up. Looking at the bigger perspective, I do believe it's extremely important to have collaborations. If it is with clients or with other production companies, if I can help someone and that person can help me in another production, and that goes onto that and that goes onto that, you're constantly improving each other's game, and it just adds up, and there's a better product at the end of it. What I'm reevaluating right now is, how much control do I need to have? Some months can be quite good, and some months can be sort of horrible when it comes to income streams. I believe like as years go, I will probably learn to handle that even better, but it's still, as the income streams go up and down, it's also affecting my mental health in the same way. And I got inspired by Andy Axe that touched on this thing, their vision of how their company would be built out of all of these different pillars that connects to a big circle. But it wasn't just one main income stream. Client productions, it was just one part of being a film production company. I'm starting to realize that I need a fourth pillar. I don't have an answer to that right now. I still want to have this dialogue with myself. I figured out many struggle with the same thoughts. For me, moving forward, I'm gonna aim to niche my website, my marketing strategy to focusing more and more on one specific type of work. Up to this day, I've been saying like, yeah, I can do this, I can do that, I can film, I can take photos, I can do weddings, I can do events. I've basically said that I can do anything you ask me or anything you throw at me. But I believe that for me to attract returning clients, for my own client pillar, I think the best way to go forward is to specialize and say that I am a documentary-driven filmmaker, telling a deeper story, and I'm not just doing event highlights. I can do those, but it's not my main selling part. So I'm gonna try to niche those, and maybe I can build a fourth pillar somewhere along that ride. Because what I see in a lot of communities that I am in on Facebook, there's a lot of people reaching out. Hey, I'm available for work and I do everything. Why should I hire that person to do a job instead of hiring that other person that also says it does everything? What are your thoughts about that? Like, how do you stand out in the competition to drive in more clients and projects? Like, what are your strategies to doing that? For me, I think that's the step forward to attracting more clients, to just go that direction instead. If I would reverse time 3 years to when I started, I would probably say it's gonna be stressful and you're gonna have these waves of emotion and in income. How are you gonna tackle that? Having too many projects, it's not gonna be good, because then your stress is gonna be up here. And then when they're done, your stress levels are gonna be even higher up because you don't have anything. So where would you prioritize to find a balance? Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it at that. See you in the next one.